In the previous scene, Jianchen was attacked by Qingzhou. In the beginning of this recap we see Jianchen has attacked Qingzhou. Jianchen putting his sword back, he say go to hell. We see Qingzhou has been wounded by Jianchen attack. Qingzhou say impossible. Qingzhou falls on ground and die. Everyone around them become greatly shocked seeing Qingzhou dead. We see Qingzhen greatly shocked seeing Qingzhou dead. The members with Qingzhen say Jianchen killed Qingzhou in one slash. What made him so good? Another person say that's impossible. Wasn't the martial spirit of Ling Jianchen destroyed? Jianchen with evil smile he say, who told you my martial spirit was destroyed? Jianchen releases his martial spirit. His aura spread around. Everyone become greatly shocked seeing it. Qingzhen say he got a grade 2 red martial spirit. His martial spirit wasn't destroyed. We see him getting scared by Jianchen power. Taizhan seeing Jianchen power he laughs and say Jianchen remains to be the genius in Sanyan town. He tells Qingzhen that you and the Li's family are gonna regret offending us. Qingzhen think he has to interfere with Jianchen cultivation, otherwise if he becomes more powerful he will make trouble in our clan. After thinking he order him minion to attack and kill Jianchen. Taizhan tells his peoples to protect Jianchen. We see both groups rushing towards each other. Taizhan fights with Qingzhen. And the members of both parties fight each other. We see some members of the Cheng family attack Jianchen. One of them say whoever goes against our clan must die. One of them say Jianchen go to hell. Seeing this, Taizhan tells Jianchen to retreat back. Qingzhen seeing his men are about to attack Jianchen he say he is under the siege of 3 grade 7 cultivators of Lian Yuan realm. He will die soon. Jianchen draws his sword out and thinks I am as good as a grade 9 cultivator of Lian Yuan realm. These boneheads won't be able to hurt me. Jianchen attacks the 3 mans and say you shall all die. The 3 mans becomes greatly wounded by Jianchen attack. The members of the Ling's village say well done. Jianchen will take care of the rest and kill these villains. Qingzhen seeing that Jianchen has defeated the 3 mans he becomes greatly shocked and say these 3 people failed to bear Ling Jianchen strike. Taizhan attack Qingzhen and say you better focus on the fight now. Qingzhen dodged the attack. Qingzhen kicks Taizhan. Jianchen watch both of them fighting. He thinks currently Qingzhen seems to be a better fighter, but his feet are vulnerable. That's his weakness. Jianchen shouts uncle attack Qingzhen's lower body. Taizhan say okay. Taizhan uses an skill called one of the 3 rumbling thunder strikes thunder with hurricane. Qingzhen seeing Taizhan attack he say darn it, he's gonna attack my weakest part. We see an thunder hits the ground. In the next scene we see Qingzhen heavily wounded on the ground. He say how did you get to know my weakness? After saying this he dies on the spot. Jianchen comes near him and say that's a no-brainer. He say for a god's tutor it's the easy to spot human's weakness. Everyone comes to Jianchen and say Jianchen we won. These punks from the Cheng's village have been finally killed. We have got justice for the deceased fellows. Jianchen say that's right, we made it. He say in the past life I was alone, now in this new life I won't let anyone hurt my family. Taizhan announced that most of the credit should go to Jianchen. He deserves awards. Everyone agrees with Taizhan. Taizhan picks up the storage bags and say let me check, where did I place the esoteric skill instruction book? He throws a bunch of things from his bag. Jianchen become greatly shocked seeing the things. Say uncle you've got too many things in your bag. We see Taizhan searching in his storage bag. He stops his hand and say I found it. Taizhan brought out a book from his storage bag and say this instruction book is about the top sword skill in our clan. Take the book, it's a reward for you. Jianchen see that the skill is called the 3 rumbling thunder strikes. The people of the Ling's village say I thought only the patriarch and his successor were qualified to learn this skill. Book one of them say Jianshin performance just now proved how capable he is. He deserves to have it. Another members say you're right. Now that Jianshin has regained his martial spirit and improved his strength, he is qualified enough now to get the book. Jianshin starts to read the book and say it's a low-level martial skill in the human world. What a pity that the martial skill that I remember are only suitable for the immortals. If it weren't for this fact, only one move it takes to ruin the Cheng's clan. Taizhan tells Jianshin that he has spent 5 months in the beginning of learning this martial skill and 5 years making great progress on it. Take your time and explore it by yourself. Jianshin exhale a breath. Jianshin say nailed it. Taizhan hearing it say Jianshin, you're still too young. It's not a surprise that you can't understand it right now, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it when you reach the Jinyuan realm. His family members say that's right Jianshin, you're now at the 7th grade of Lianyuan realm. This skill is too much for you. And other members say later we will go back to the village and ask Taizhan to teach you. I bet it will only take you 1 year to pass the preliminary stage. Jianshin cough and say uncle, you mistook it. I meant I already nailed the 3 rumbling thunder strikes. All members of the Ling's village laugh and one of them say you got the hang of this skill. Another person say Jianshin said he already nailed it. Another person say I heard him said so. In the next moment they become greatly shocked, realizing that what he has said is that he had nailed the skill completely. All members gather around him and say, what did you just say? You've got the hang of it. One of them say it's less than a minute. Another person say it must be an illusion. Taizhan puts his hand on Jianshin's shoulder and say Jianshin, you're still too young. It's fine if you failed. With a serious look he say, but you can't lie for the fear of embarrassment. Hearing this the family members starts to say yes, you still have lots of time. Young thought you were. You can't just make up lies. He's too young and naive. Hearing this Jianshin say okay, if you don't believe me then I'll prove it. He draws his sword out. Seeing this Taizhan shouts Jianshin, don't do that. Jianshin attacks the trees using the 3 rumbling thunder skill. A big explosion appears. Everyone could not see what happened because of the light of the explosion. They become greatly shocked seeing the trees destroyed. Taizhan with a shocked expression he say Jianshin, you mastered the 3 rumbling thunder strikes in just seconds. Jianshin puts his sword back and say how's that uncle, I told you so but you didn't believe me. A man named Ling Taijun say that doesn't sound right. He say my brother also mastered this skill but his power seems to be weaker than your power. Taizhan becomes very angry hearing this. He hits Ling Taijun on his back and say don't embarrass me, it's a secret. Ling Taijun starts to run and you are inferior to Jianshin, why don't you just admit it? Taizhan say stop talking nonsense. Jianshin seeing his uncle embarrassed he say uncle, I just studied carefully about this skill. There are some problems in the skill that you haven't noticed. Hearing this Taizhan say what are the problems? We see he is strangling his brother neck. His brother say let go of me, I am dying. Jianshin tells his uncle that there's an element of thunder in this skill. Apparently this skill is featured on extremely fast speed, but the last step of it stresses the coordination of movement. Now listen to me uncle, concentrate all your strength and ignore the forms of the skill. Launch 3 strikes as quickly as you can. Taizhan say okay, let me give it a try. We see his brother cough behind him. In the next scene we see Taizhan uses the 3 rumbling thunder strikes. We see the trees and the ground have been destroyed by the strike of the skill. When Taizhan sees it he tells Jianshin that you were right. Everyone rushed toward Jianshin seeing that what Jianshin has said is true. They say I also want an advice. One of them say Jianshin, I've found problem during cultivation. One of them say Jianshin, can you tell me a way? I can't use any strength in my right arm. Another person say Jianshin, I've got hemorrhoids. What should I do? Jianshin say no need to rush, I will solve all of your problems one by one. Then Jianshin tells his uncle the heavy sword you use demands much strength, but you focus too much on the forms of movements and ignore the most important thing. Hearing this Taizhan say what should I do? Then Jianshin tells his uncle some advice. This is the end of my recap. If this video hits 20 likes I will upload another part. If you like the video don't forget to like and subscribe.